The counterpoint for this is when we say that we need the affordable houses in Mississauga, people will say, why do you want to live in Mississauga? If you are looking for affordable house, then move to any other city where you can buy cheaper houses.
In terms of Malton, we have not seen much development in the area except for the community center that is down there. We look at it that the city has been left behind for a major extent. Get out there because you have an opportunity to make a difference. You have a chance to bring change to the city, not just for yourself but for everybody in the city, to make Mississauga a great city.
Mr. Jamie, welcome to Harjinder Gill Show.
Thank you.
How are you?
Very good.
So, as we were talking off the air, in these days you must be very busy in your campaign.
Yes, I am.
So, can we know a little bit more about the campaign in these days, and then we will know about more about you. So, how's your campaign going on?
I just started. We're just getting ramped up. There's a lot that's happening out there. There's a lot of questions, a lot of inquiries that's coming on as to my platform and what do I stand for.
Right.
And basically, what do I plan to do to make the difference?
Perfect. We'll definitely discuss about your platform and what you are planning for. Before that, who's Jamie?
Jamie is a senior professional executive. Been in Canada for the last 35 years.
Okay.
Worked in a number of different industries. I came to Canada in 1989 and have been involved in the politics for the last 30 years in this country. And looking to make a contribution to making Mississauga a greater city.
Right. And why do you think Jamie should be the mayor of Mississauga?
I've got a good platform. I think my ideas and my innovative ways of thinking and bringing a more relaxed approach, providing value for the taxpayers, the property owners in Mississauga, and making Mississauga an affordable place to raise a family and for other people to come into the city. So making the city a greater city. Right.
So Jamie, all other candidates, when I'm just interviewing most of the candidates for this election, everybody has that point on their agenda regarding the affordable housing.
Yes.
And my question to every contestant is same. So that's not only Mississauga. That's Canada-wide issue.
Yes.
Why do you think and how do you think you would be doing something different than other cities just in regards to the housing?
I've worked on a project that has been presented to the Canada Mortgage and Housing Corporation, which is a project based on affordable housing.
Right.
It's a new concept. It's a different concept where it's like a modular home, where it's a lot lower cost in terms of development. And basically is that the way it's designed is that the family room, the living room is a big open space, and there's a submerged wall that can be raised up in the evening that would become a private bedroom. So it's a lower cost in development. It's more affordable, and it's the way it's designed. It's easy for individuals to use as a multi-purpose home, and again, it's to provide affordable housing and homes to those that are looking to own their own property.
Right. So if we see the recently released budget of Canada for this year, the major chunk from that budget is allocated towards the housing.
Yes.
Are you happy with that, or do you have some concerns with that, or what's your take on that?
No, I am quite happy with the money that's allocated for housing. I believe that if it's properly utilized in the right way, where you spend the money in the right areas instead of paying a lot of development fees.
Okay.
If you have a lot of infrastructure projects that is already there or it's on the go, and bringing in the right consultants and the right builders. That is not there for the sake of making money, but is the sake of, providing affordable housing at a lower cost, and getting rid of, while not looking for high profits or high cost in terms of development.
Right. My next question would be regarding the same thing. Do you think that allocation and that new planning in the budget will benefit the actual residents of Canadians, or that will be in the benefit of the builders only?
I believe if it's properly done, it will benefit the owners of the home. Okay. Not just the builders, but the owners of the home. Mm-hmm. Again, we look at finding the right mix in terms of, where the allocation is, and not, looking to build expensive homes, looking to build affordable homes, which, right. If we look at, instead of you building 4 or 5 bedroom homes, you build 2 bedrooms. And based on the concept that I've presented, is that those homes are multi-use. Based on if you have a living dining room and you have a submerged wall that in the evening you bring it up and it becomes a bedroom. There's a lower cost to doing that. And, prefabricated houses makes it easier to build off-site and then bring and construct on-site. So you don't have to go through so much of, expensive costs in terms of framing and everything else. On the location, you're bringing prefabricated built units into a location where it's a lot lower cost to build.
Right. So when we see when we talk about the affordable housing, and so obviously the city will be expensive if that comes under that range where we are looking at any city which is fastly growing. And the counterpoint for this is when we say that we need the affordable houses in Mississauga, people will say, why do you want to live in Mississauga? If you are looking for affordable house, then move to any other city where you can buy cheaper houses. So then what's your take on that? If anybody is giving that point in a counter, so why people should live in Mississauga only, where they know this city is expensive, this city is growing, this city is not for everybody?
Again, Mississauga is gone to the way where it's gone because of inflationary costs and a lot of added, costs to providing the services in the city. Mm-hmm. And I believe if we look at amalgamating some of the areas of the services and sharing the cost of those areas, we will get the cost of delivering those services down, which would make it a little bit more affordable. Okay. Because Mississauga is faced with 2 levels of taxes, a municipal level and a regional level. And because of the 2 levels of taxes, we end up paying a little bit more in taxes. I guess if you amalgamate and you're able to bring in one tax where it's a regional portion of the tax, you're going to see a lot lower cost in the taxes. You're going to see a lot lower cost of delivering the services. And that will play into a lot of part of, regards to affordable housing. Because then it's not going to be the expensive city that it's once looked at or it's being looked at. Right. Removing the duplication of certain areas of services and certain areas of costs will also bring those costs of delivering those services down. And I believe by doing that, it will also reduce the cost of the delivery of services that does not impact. And I have a number of areas where I'm looking at raising revenues that would impact the taxes to bring the taxes down.
Actually, that's a very important point where you say you're planning to raise the income of the people instead of just talking about the affordability and the cost and all that stuff. So what would be your plannings for how would you make sure that the Mississaugans are going to earn more money?
Well, in terms of not really earning more, but saving more based on the taxes, because my plan is, with regards to your other cost of living is, your auto insurance. My plan is to bring in a municipal insurance company that would, provide a lot lower cost of insurance compared to what they pay for their auto vehicles out there. Looking at potentially having a lottery from Mississauga, based on the fact that I will bring an additional amount of revenue to the city. I've got a number of other programs that I've had on the go that I have before me that would raise about $100 million in additional revenues for the city. That comes as user pay-as-you-go, pay-as-you-use services, not impacting the taxpayers, the property tax that you're loading on to the property tax, but you're bringing in additional revenue that would be used to service and impact by bringing the taxes down, to making it affordable in the city, where the younger people is not just going to be, going to have to pay for mortgages, but being able to have extra money in order to be able to live.
Right. So friends, this is Harjinder Gill show, and today we have Mr. 𝐒𝐿𝐴 Dookie. He's running to be the next mayor of Mississauga. The mayoral election, which is a by-election on June 10th. It's happening on June 10th. And 𝐒𝐿𝐴, before we go to the next question, how would you encourage the Mississaugans so that they can vote you or they participate in this election? Because the vote turnout is every time as a major concern. People don't come out to vote. So what's your appeal to them?
My encouragement is take a look at all the platforms. Take a look at all the candidates that is running. You have some that is running, that is there, I would say, just after, fulfilling the role for their own personal gain. And then you have those that actually want to deliver services to help the taxpayers. Get out there, because you have an opportunity to make a difference. You have a chance to bring change to the city, not just for yourself, but for everybody in the city, to make Mississauga a great city. And getting out and voting is an opportunity that you have. It's a decision that you have to make, and it's a choice that you can make to bring in the difference for your neighbors, for you, for your family, for the future of Mississauga. And as I always say, is that if you don't go out and vote, it's a choice that you make. And even if you don't go out and vote, it's a choice already.
Right.
So go out. Why not go out and make a difference for your own self, to make Mississauga a great city by bringing the city into a vibrancy, so that you're able to deliver low affordable homes. You're able to contribute to cutting property taxes, making city safe community, and also adding additional revenues, and bringing more tourism to the city, making it a much more livable place for especially the younger generation that is coming up. So my take on this is, you have this opportunity for change, not the same old status quo that you're going to sit and say, okay, well, you have the same old people that are running. You have new voices, new blood, people that, have understanding of the economy, people that have understanding of the financial impact, people who have understanding of communities. And I'm one of those persons that I can boast and say that if you look at my background, you look at my website, you look at the information that I have, you look at what I'm promoting, you will realize that I have the best platform,
right,
in order to be able to deliver change,
right,
and real change from Mississauga.
Right. So what would be your major 2 or 3 priorities when we talk about your platforms for the Mississaugans?
It would be,
apart from the housing and affordability.
Yeah, it would be cutting property taxes, raising additional revenue. And I would be looking at setting term limits for council and mayors, which would be 12 years or 3 terms or less, so that you have new generation, new individuals coming.
So can you repeat that point again?
I'm looking at pushing for term limits for councillors and mayors.
For 12 years?
Yes, 12 years or 3 terms, or less, whichever is the least out of that.
So nobody should be running for this position more than 3 terms.
Yeah, I would say so, yes, because then you open the door for new people with, who wants to get involved in the election, but they're not getting involved because of the status quo and the name recognition and the same people that is there all the time, over and over again, and people figure that they can't get in.
Do you think that would be something considered on the city level, or that's Election Canada's call, or it's a provincial matter or federal matter?
That would be working closely with the provincial government.
Yeah.
This was done in the city of Toronto, that they amalgamated before, and then in the last election that it was cut from 44 seats to 25 seats. So I think by putting term limits.
So as a mayor, you will have that power.
I would have the power to discuss that and the initiative to drive this change.
Right. So we have one caller. Maybe he wants to talk to you something. So if you allow,
yes.
Can we take him on air?
Yes, sure.
So Mr. Mr. Rampawar, you are on air.
Thank you, sir. Hey, Jimmy. First of all, best wishes. I am Rampawar from Malton, Mississauga. Ward 5 generate 24% revenue of city. So do you have any blueprint how you will upgrade living standard and safety in a Malton? Malton is my home, my love.
Right.
If you have any blueprint, then I will openly support you.
Yes, I've looked at, I've worked in Malton before, and my biggest concern has been the overpass that has been promised by many politicians before, and nothing's been done as yet to make it even an easier, more accessible area. In terms of Malton, we have not seen much development in the area except for the community center that is down there. We look at it that the city has been left behind for a major extent. And my goal and my aim is to look at upgrading the facilities and adding additional facilities within the area. Malton is an area that has been overlooked by previous councillors, and we have given way to the region of Peel, where Brampton has gotten more facilities than Mississauga has gotten. even under the umbrella of the region of Peel. And then we have the safety concern where you see that, there's a lot of areas where, there's issues with auto theft and all these areas that are cropping up down in that area. And I think the focus is that we need to have more policing. I am looking at increasing the municipal enforcement officers and having the police look after the serious crimes that are in the area. So adding more into that area, having more patrols out there in the evenings and the night, and then also dealing with the youth occupancy and the youth getting connected within other areas in the area. So this is my area. Malton has been an area, as I said, has been a passion for me because I got a lot of friends that live in that area, and I would like to introduce myself into the area and also help to improve a lot of the facilities to get the youths more occupied in doing things in the community.
Very good. So, Mr. Pawar, do you have any other follow-up question?
No, just I will suggest him prepare a blueprint. Like these are talks, right? Prepare the blueprint. What you will do apart from other candidates, right? So how you will upgrade living standard, and if you need help, you can take my number for Mr. Gill, and you connect with me. We will help you.
Yes, definitely. I would like to get close with you and provide you with that information close on a one-on-one. It will be up on my website in the next week or so, some of these ideas that I'll be generating and pushing towards the Ward 5 area.
Okay, best.
Thank you, Mr. Pawar. Thank you so much. Okay, well, friends, this is Harjinder Gill show, and Mr. Jamie is with us. He, as I mentioned, he's running for the next mayor of Mississauga. The elections are going to be held on June 10th. And it's our request again to all the Mississaugans that try to come out so that you can vote, you can use that right, you can use this a very important right actually, because most of the time we just take it for granted, Jamie.
Yes.
So that's why most of the time we don't. When we are not coming out to vote, when we are not coming out to elect our officials or the candidates, so then we will be I'm not saying that we don't have the right to say anything to the politicians, but if you are not participating in that process, then you are limiting yourself. That because you were not the part of that election, so that's why this is very important to come out and vote. Now let's hear more about your platform. What else is in there so that people can make their decision and they want to know more about yourself. What was your political experience and why they should choose you on other candidates?
I have been involved in the politics in Canada for many years. I ran federally in 2000. I've run municipally 4 times already. This is my first time running for mayor.
Okay.
Again, because I believe I have the business background, the innovation to make a difference in the city, to increase the revenue, to cut property taxes down, to make it a much more livable community, and to bring safety to the city where we see there's a lot of crimes that is taking place. We see within Mississauga, there's an increase in many areas of different crime that you see. And getting out there, because it's not a foregone conclusion. That's why people don't go out and vote, is because they see that as a foregone conclusion that, if they go out and vote, the decision is already been taken place because of the people that are there, the name people who's there already before, who thinks that they're entitled to be the councillor, to be the mayor of the city. Okay. And it's an opportunity that you have to go in and make your voices make your voices heard, to bring change to the city, to have a difference to your community and to your ward and to your city. This is your city. This is not the politician's city. This is your city. Okay. And the decision to change or to make it better is in your hands.
Right. So what do you have on your plate for the ethnic communities, especially? I know we are not discussing this because of any kind of discrimination, but because most of our listeners are belonging to Punjabi or Indian communities. What do you have special for them?
I have one of the plans is that during the August month is to have a Mayor's Day, which would include all communities, all backgrounds, all ethnicity in that area, and bringing in a lot of different groups. Either here in Ward 5, which is in Malton, or down in the City Hall, or find another location to showcase the talents that we have, because we have a tremendous amount of talent in Mississauga from all different ethnicity and backgrounds.
Right.
And, one of the things that I've spoken to another individual is having a junior carnival, which is similar to the Toronto Carnival that takes place downtown, but having it either the week before the big carnival downtown or the week after. And that is going to help bring tourism to the city and generate additional revenue for the businesses. And by doing that is, incorporating together with the Mayor's Day in terms of having additional ethnic groups involved, we would see a lot more young people coming out, a lot more getting involved into promoting their culture, looking at, different areas of what the religious promotions can be for the different special events, and then also cultural events that are identified in different communities. So bringing the community together, because where I come from is that we have a melting pot of cultures, and it's all promoted through different days and through different events in the year.
Right. And were you in favor of Peel region, or you were supporting the standalone Mississauga?
No, I am supporting a region of Peel, because what it will do is that you will go from 3 mayors and 1 regional chair to 1 mayor for the whole region, which you will find it will save, as I calculated, almost $13 million for every term. So because we're already paying for shared services, you have Peel Police, you have Peel Paramedics, you have Peel School Board, right? You have Peel Water, you have Peel Sewage, right? But you have the Mississauga Fire, then you have, different, smaller areas. So why not amalgamate and have 1 region and cut the cost and the duplication and provide the service, because you're already paying for most of the services. Right. That is the reason why your regional portion in your taxes, in your property taxes, is a little bit higher. I believe in the amalgamation, you will have a blended, you will have a lot more savings, you will have a lot less duplication of services, and you will see that you will have much more efficiencies in the provision of services.
So, Jamie, as a mayor, what would you do to deal with the crime?
Again, I have, with regards to auto crime, I've written to Reliance Technologies in India, which is a very, an organization with a lot of resources. They have 𝐒𝐞𝐬𝐿, which is a technology-based solution, and I've presented an opportunity. I have designed a plan with regards to an app that would be connected to the vehicle's onboard computer, and there's another piece that could be added to the vehicle that would identify as soon as your vehicle is started or your door is open, will immediately trigger a signal to your smartphone. And then through that, the other piece of equipment that I'm working on developing is that it will connect to your fuel system in your car, which you would be able to shut off your fuel system from the app so that your vehicle is not going to be lost. Then we have the other part of the human crime, which is the human part is taking the different murders, the shootings, all the stuff is that getting more and more police out in the community, rather than you have the police looking at sitting on the side of the road through all the construction, looking at crane digs hole. I don't think that is a proper or a good use of the resources. Having the police more into the community and having the municipal enforcement officers look after all those smaller, more easier, lighter, petty crimes that are taking place, like parking, which they already do, but speeding, looking after monitoring traffic and all this stuff.
Right. So, Jamie, once again, thank you so much for your time, and looking forward to talk to you soon in coming days. Your closing remarks, and how would you encourage Mississaugan so that they can vote Jamie Dookie to be their next mayor?
Yes, just go to my website, www.dookiefrommayor.com. My email is mayordookie@yahoo.com. And, just go check out my website. You'll see there's a lot of information. You can connect with me. The phone number that is there is live. You can call me whenever you want. Whatever question you have, I'm available. I'm not hidden behind any screens. I am available 100% of the time to answer whatever questions you have or whatever challenges you may think that I may face down the road, and you're willing to put that on the table for me to address it. By all means, I would be happy to do that. Thank you for having me on your show, and I appreciate the time that you have given me to the listeners.
Thank you, brother, and all the very best.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. So, friends, this was Mr. Jamie Dookie. He's running to be the next mayor of Mississauga. So this was our special segment, Political Pulse and Know Your Candidate.